Hello, kindergarten scientists. Welcome back to Science with Mrs. Miller. Today in Lesson 6, we'll be talking about how scientists use their five senses to describe properties. In our last lesson, we began talking a little bit about this. Do you remember how we said when scientists observe, they examine something very closely using their senses? Well, do you remember what our senses are? Can you name all five of them? See if you can right now. Ready, set, go. I'll give you some hints. All right, let's see if you were able to name all five. Our five senses are our sense of sight, our sense of hearing, our sense of touch, our sense of smell, and our sense of taste. And remember, that's the only time that you're allowed to stick your tongue out at a teacher. Now, in our last lesson, we used some of our senses to describe the properties of some different objects. We used our sense of sight, and we used our sense of touch. We even used our sense of hearing a little bit to help us tell if something was hard or soft. Well, today we'll be using all five of our senses to explore something, and I'm going to leave you in suspense. I won't tell you what that something is quite yet, but I will tell you that it is something that you can absolutely taste, smell, touch, see, and hear. Before we do that, let's read this book called Our Senses. It's written by Janine Scott. Our senses. We have five senses to help us learn about our world. These senses are sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. Our eyes, skin, ears, tongue, and nose are our sense organs. The sense of sight. Sight helps us learn about color, shape, and size. Eyes send messages to the brain. The brain tells us what we are seeing. We need light to be able to see. Let's see if we can name three things that we can see. Let's use our sense of sight. I'll start. Let me see. I see my computer. I see markers. I see my water bottle. Now you go. Name three things that you can see. Use your sense of sight. Ready, set, go. Were you able to name all three? Awesome. Let's go on to the next page. The sense of hearing. Hearing helps us learn about sounds. Ears send messages to the brain. The brain tells us what we are hearing. When something makes a noise, it makes the air around it move in sound waves. So now let's think of three things that we can hear. I'll start. I can hear a lawnmower outside mowing lawn. I can hear the clock ticking. I can hear, let me just think of something else that doesn't even have to be something that you hear right now. It can just be something that you've heard before. I can hear music. Okay, now you go. Name three things that you can hear. Ready, set, go. Did you come up with three things that you could hear? If you did, give yourself a pat on the back. Next page. The sense of touch. Touch helps us learn about size, shape, and temperature. Nerves in our skin send messages to the brain. The brain tells us what we are touching. Nerves can send signals to the brain at more than 100 miles an hour. Oh my goodness, that is really fast. That's like faster than you're even allowed to drive in a car. So let me now think of 3 things that I can touch, that I can feel and touch. Let's see. I could feel, when I pet my cat, she feels soft. I can feel, when I touch my hair, it feels smooth. Let's see, what else? When I pick up my pen, it feels hard. Okay, now you name 3 things. Ready, set, go. 3 things that you can touch. Eyes on me. Were you able to come up with 3 things that you can feel using your sense of touch? Nice job. Let's see what sense is next. Ooh, sense of taste. This is my absolute favorite sense. The sense of taste. Taste helps us learn about flavors. Taste buds on the tongue send messages to the brain. Humans can taste things that are salty, sweet, sour, and bitter. Let's come up with 3 different things that we can taste. Maybe we can think of things that have different types of taste, like salty, sweet, sour, bitter. Let's see, I'll start with salty. Let's see, I could taste salty potato chips. How about sweet? I could taste sweet candy. What about sour? I could taste sour, let's see, a sour lemon or a sour lime. What about bitter? I'm even going to come up with a 4th. Ooh, I could taste bitter licorice. Can you come up with 3 different things that you can taste? Ready, set, go. Time's up. Did you come up with 3? Nice job. Last but not least, the sense of smell. Smell helps us learn about everything around us. Nerves in the nose send messages to the brain. The brain tells us what we are smelling. Some things smell nice. Some things have a bad odor. Ugh. Let's think of 3 things that we can smell. Maybe we could try to think of some that don't have a good odor and some that do. Okay, let's see. I can smell the sweet smell of flowers. I can smell stinky socks. Ugh. I can smell the savory smell of tomato sauce cooking. That's one of my favorite smells. Okay, see if you can come up with 3 different things that you can smell. Ready, set, go. How did you do? Did you come up with 3? Did you come up with any good smells or any bad smells? Smell is one of my favorite and least favorite senses, because when things smell good, I love to smell things that smell good. But when something smells bad, oh my goodness, it gives Mrs. Miller a headache. Other senses. We have other senses too. The sense of balance helps us to move around safely. Fluid in our ears helps us keep our balance. If this fluid shakes around, we can lose our balance. That's pretty interesting. The sense of hunger and thirst tell us when we need food and water. We can even sense when we have had too much to eat. We feel full. Senses and machines. Some machines can help our senses. Hearing aids can help people hear better. Telescopes can help our eyes to see farther. Smoke detectors can tell us about a fire before we can see or smell it. All right, now it's time for us to get ready to use all 5 of our senses to observe something. Can you guess what it is that we'll be observing? Think of something that we can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. Call out your guess in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see if you guessed correctly. Here's what we will be observing using all 5 of our senses. Popcorn! So, for this activity, here's what you will need. Here are the materials that you'll need. You will need either a popcorn popper or a microwave. You'll also need popcorn kernels if you're using a popcorn popper, like a popcorn machine. Or if you're using a microwave, you'll need a bag of microwavable popcorn. And you'll need a small plate or bowl. You'll also need a grown-up or an older sibling to help you with this if you are learning from home. So again, if you're learning from home, this isn't an activity that you can do by yourself. You're going to need to ask either a grown-up to help you or your older brother or sister to help you. And last but not least, you will need this activity sheet. It says, My 5 Senses and Popcorn. You'll write your name up top. You're going to pop your popcorn. And then I want you to explore your popcorn using your 5 senses. So you can think about how it tastes. Does it taste sweet? Does it taste salty? Does it taste bitter? How does it taste? How does it feel when you touch it? Does it feel smooth? Does it feel rough? Does it feel bumpy? How does it look? What color is it? How does it sound when it pops in the microwave or the popcorn machine? And how does it smell as it's popping or as you're eating it? Okay, I want you to go ahead, pop your popcorn, and then you can describe your popcorn using your 5 senses. Observe it very carefully, like scientists. Thank you for joining me today, kindergarten scientists. I hope you enjoy your popcorn, and I hope you enjoy it with all 5 of your senses. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.